Hello, I'm Paula Andrea. Welcome to this week's session of Cosmic Therapy. I'm so glad that you tuned in tonight, and it is not by accident that you did so. Everything happens for a reason, and if you were tuned in last week, you could see how chaos creates everything in our life. Life does not stop for us to do the things that we want to do. We have to go on in the midst of everything that takes place on a day-to-day basis. And that's exactly what cosmic therapy is. Just like, for instance, we don't have the sign tonight. You know, last week we had this beautiful sign, Cosmic Therapy. The letters looks like they've been written in the wind. I love it. It also had the phone number. Well, last week the phone didn't work. This week the phone works and we don't have the number up. So what did I do? But write the number on a piece of paper so that you can see it. You can see the number 505-2806. So the phone line is open should you desire to call and speak with me in the midst of this cosmic therapy session. What exactly is cosmic therapy? I have no idea. I couldn't tell you if my life depended on it. It is a concept. It is a way of life. It works for me. What is that concept? Well, I truly know that everything happens for a divine reason. Everything is connected. Every single solitary thing is connected. Every event that happens in your life happens because you are supposed to experience it. Not me, not Sandy, not Faryn, but you. So whatever happens in the run of a day is supposed to happen. If it did not, could not, would not, shall not, it wouldn't be. But because you have experienced it, no matter what it is, it was supposed to be that way. And for you to moan and groan and gripe and complain and whine and pine over how you can change things, that is ridiculous. You are wasting precious time and energy, and you don't have but a certain amount of time allotted to you. Why not spend it doing the things that you love to do? I do. You are in the middle of fun. Remember that. That's a slogan I love. You are in the middle of fun. And if you are not having fun with your life, find out why. One of the reasons could be because you actually believe that with real passion, you believe that you could have done something about yesterday, or you can plan for tomorrow. And you can do all those things if you want to. Go ahead, knock yourself out. But the truth is, life is lived through you. You've got to get with the program. The program's not going to get with you. Whatever's going on in your life is because it's supposed to be. Supposed to be. And I hate that cliche. I hate the word suppose, but I don't have another word to put in it. The fact is, you are living the life that you are destined to live. Now, is that called predestination? I couldn't tell you if it's called predestination, redestination, due destination, fall destination. It doesn't matter what label you put to it. The fact is, nothing can be different in your life. Nothing. And everything is connected. For example, this morning I was in Goldsboro, North Carolina. I woke up. I traveled down there. We stayed in a motel room last night. The beds were hard as stone. Okay, sometimes you're going to have stone beds. Sometimes you're going to have feather beds. What are you going to do? Complain? Lay down on the stone. Experience it. Don't interpret. Don't analyze. Experience the event. Everything is for your experience. Experience is the greatest teacher there is. That's why in cosmic therapy, for those of you who were not tuned in last week, tuned in, toned on, whatever, you will see that I have a various assortment of books. I will have various different readers and writings and authors from a whole lot of sources. And what I'll do, quite randomly, nothing is prepared. Nothing ever is prepared for this show. But what I'll do is I'm going to show you by example that no matter what book I pick up or what piece of paper I pull out of that tin can there, everything is going to work perfectly together to form a theme of what's happening in this hour. Everything in your life reflects what you're doing all day long. It's never out of order. Nothing is ever out of order. You are involved with the people or not involved with people because it's your life, your path, the place you're supposed to be. For example, I heard a story this morning, quite a disturbing story, but nevertheless, it is connected to tonight's show. It has to do with a prisoner. And he has already been in prison for 10 years. And he's going to serve 28 more years. He went in there when he was 21 years old. He's 31. He's going to serve 28 more years. Add that together, what is that, 59 years old when he gets out? The world will be a different place. He is in prison because you would say he was at the wrong place at the wrong time doing the wrong thing. And of course, people who end up in prison, that seems like that is the case because that's how our judicial system is set up. But my point is, he couldn't have done any differently. He is in there. He accepts the fact that he's in there, and what he did caused him to go there. His actions caused him to be where he is. But could he be angry? Could he be blaming the world? Could he be blaming the circumstances? Well, of course he could. But what he is doing, he has accepted that yesterday is gone. Tomorrow is not here. He is living in the present moment. That's all we have. That's it. Right now, whatever time it is, 6:36 and 46 seconds. That's it. There is no more past this moment. And if you don't get it in this moment, and if you don't release it, and if you don't be it in this moment, you've missed it. You've missed it totally. But getting back to him, he is in there. And what do you think that he does? He builds prisons. But not only does he do that, that's his job. That is his job in prison. He helps to build prisons as an inmate team, on an inmate team. But not only that, he is working with the program of drugs and alcohol. And because he's gone down that road, and because he was on drugs and alcohol when those events took place that caused him to serve 10 plus 28 years, 38 years, he is in a position to transfer that information to other people. If you haven't lived it, how can you speak of it? So you are experiencing not only for yourself, but for those people who will come in front of you and you can relate to. Life is about relationship. You know, a kite and the wind have a perfect relationship or the kite wouldn't fly. If it was too heavy, it wouldn't get off the ground. My point is, you have to become one with your environment, one with your surroundings, one with your life. Whatever is going on. You can't possibly sit there and moan and groan and gripe and complain and say, this is not the way it's supposed to be. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It doesn't get any better than this. This is as good as it gets. This is it. This is the deal. The deal for real is happening right now. Cosmic therapy is about taking the things in your life and looking at them and seeing how they blend a beautiful, beautiful consolidated picture of who you are. Because you are the most important subject there is. There is nothing beyond you. That is the least amount of effort and time that is put into anything, studying ourselves, why we do the things that we do. I'm not talking about how we fix our hair or what clothes we wear or what car we drive or what position we have or any of those things. I'm talking about getting on the outside of yourself and watching your reaction. If someone says to you, well, I didn't like what you had on yesterday, that's a lame excuse. I mean, a lame reason, but I can't think of something right now. But I'm saying getting on the outside and watching, just like if I was to do that right now and watch myself, what am I doing? Being conscious. Am I at ease? Am I natural? Am I convenient to myself? Do I really like doing what I'm doing? You know, all of these things have to be answered for me because I live in this body 24 hours a day, just like you do. And so you gear your life according to what you're passionate about. I am passionate about relationships, about people, about connections with people. I am passionate about how everything is woven together. Okay, I told the story about the prisoner this morning, but let's start with, I woke up at 5:30. I got a wake-up call, was supposed to, at 6 o'clock, but the clock radio went off at 5:30. And Kenny Chesney was singing, "Don't Blink." Get that? Don't blink. If you blink, that's something my son says too sometimes. But if you blink, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. Even the most minute things you're going to miss. Because the main thing of me being here tonight, I am where my feet are. Are you where your feet are? If you are where your feet are, you are not thinking about what happened yesterday, or last week, or next week, or tomorrow, or 7:30 tonight. You are present right now. You are showing up for your life. You are in it. You are in it. Don't blink. That's how this day started off. Don't blink, because you're going to miss it. And don't oppose. The two go together. If I blink, and if my mind is consumed with whatever, guilt, remorse, regret, what do you want to fill it up? Then I'm missing whatever is happening now. Think about it. Where are your feet? Where are your feet? Well, of course, Paula, they're underneath my butt. Where else would they be? How are they placed? What shoes do you have on? Literally, think about it. Right now, experience your feet. Get in your big toes. Go right there. Feel those toes. Be aware of your feet. Your feet carry you every single place you go, every day. Do you acknowledge them? Do you even thank them for the job that they do? What shoes are you wearing? Are they comfortable? Do you have them on because you like the shoes and they feel comfortable? Or are you wearing your shoes for impressions or for some other reason? Your feet will declare the rest of your body. The state that your feet are in really says a whole lot about how you are as a person. If your feet are comfortable and they are situated in a position that is natural for you, then you're okay. But you can be okay if they're not, because you have so conditioned yourself to be uncomfortable, to be unnatural, to be at ease. You've grown accustomed to this. So it's not familiar, it's really unfamiliar to be natural, because it's impossible to be embarrassed. It's impossible. You think, Paula, that is so crazy. No, it's not. You can't be embarrassed. Things happen according to the way they're going to happen. You don't have anything to do with it. You are in the midst of it, and you are experiencing it, but you are not the source of it. There is light, there is energy, there is heat, there is sound, there is motion that is going on far beneath, beyond, above, and below you. We are swirling energy. Swirling, swirling, swirling. We have our own assigned spin. And we don't get into anybody else's orbit, and no one else doesn't get in our orbit. We are doing our own thing, and we don't have to apologize or excuse or defend. Not if you're being who you are. And who else can you be? Can you tell me? Who else can you be other than the person that you were born to be? But how are you ever going to know that if you don't kick back, hold tight, and be all right? How are you going to do that? You've got to just let it go and start having fun, enjoying everything that you do, everything that you say, and don't apologize. Don't try to defend. Don't try to excuse your actions. They were perfectly in order. Just like the guy that is spending the next 28 years in prison. Do you think that he's supposed to be sitting here beside me tonight? No. He's where he's supposed to be, doing what he's supposed to do, because there's a much larger picture going on. There always is. We can only do our part, but we won't do our part if we're not present for our lives. Okay, what am I going to start with tonight to try to weave these things together? Don't forget the telephone. The telephone number, 505-2806, will be the number each and every week. Okay. Oh, tonight I have a special guest, and I'll be bringing her up in just a second. Did I thank Sandy? Sandy Cloey is my best friend. She's the one that runs the equipment, and sometimes you'll hear from her. I don't know if you'll ever see her on camera. That will be a rarity and an oddity, but we might. You know, things happen accordingly. So anyway, I think what I'll do now to get us a theme going on, I'm going to bring Faryn up so she can draw quite randomly out of this box. There's a bunch of markers in here too, along with these papers. But I want her. Hello, Faryn.
Hi.
Faryn Cloey, and she resides in Waynesville, North Carolina. I'm certainly glad to have you on the show tonight. Delighted to have you here. And as always, we don't know what's going to happen, do we? We don't have a clue. We don't want to know, do we? Well, the first thing that I want you to do, if you would, honey, reach down in there and just go around until you can pull something up. And let's see what it's going to say. All right. Read it out, darling. What is that?
Seasons change, people don't.
Wow. Okay. Let's say that again. Seasons change, people don't. I like that. I like that. Seasons change, people don't. All right? Let's talk about that a moment. Seasons change, people don't. So if we're going to try to change somebody in our life, it's going to be futile? It's not going to happen? Okay. Would you agree with this? I hear I'm going on like you.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. And if you were going to comment on that, what would you tell me? Seasons change, people don't.
You can't change someone. You can't change yourself. You can't change others, like in relationships, I guess.
Okay. And so people are miserable because they're trying to change the other person, or they're trying to change for the other person. Which one do you think? Or both?
What if you're trying to change